Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, February 19th. An area of rain and sleet moving across central Pennsylvania is about to move into the Philadelphia western suburbs. Temperatures are still at or just below freezing in many of the western suburbs, so there can be some freezing on some surfaces, perhaps even some ice pellets mixed in for a while from mid-morning till about midday. Even with temperatures above freezing, there can be some icing on some untreated surfaces on the ground, as the temperatures, of course, on the ground are very cold with the extensive snowpack still in existence here in the western suburbs of Philadelphia. The area of rain caused sheets of ice across the central part of Pennsylvania, places like State College, just a sheet of ice right now and for the last couple of hours as this area of moisture moved in with temperatures below freezing throughout that part of the state. So again, there can be some tricky conditions here in the northern western suburbs of Philadelphia over the next couple of hours as this area of moisture moves in. Here is the latest radar loop from the Penn State EWOL site. You can see the pinks represent a wintry mix of freezing rain and sleet. And again, central Pennsylvania is a sheet of ice right now, and this area of moisture is right now moving into the western part of Chester County and western Montgomery County. Over the next hour or hour or two, there certainly can be some freezing on some surfaces in the western and northern suburbs of Philadelphia. It should be mostly in the form of rain in the D.C. area as temperatures are well above freezing in the district, but perhaps even there in the far northern western suburbs there can be some freezing issues, a few ice pellets mixed in over the next couple of hours. And here's a kind of a close-up view of the latest radar loop. Again, here's Chester County right in this region right here, and this is just knocking on the doorstep right now. And even though temperatures may be slightly above freezing, in some areas it's still at or below freezing. And even with temperatures above freezing, there can be some icing on some surfaces. So watch out over the next couple of hours. This batch of precipitation should move on out of here by later this afternoon, and it'll become milder once again with temperatures reaching the 40s. But the next few hours could be quite tricky, especially in the northern and western suburbs of Philadelphia. Well, let's take a look at some computer model forecast maps. This is from the very latest 06Z NAM model run for early this afternoon. A decent area of precipitation depicted here by the NAM model from mid-morning through the early part of the afternoon. And again, over the next couple of hours, there can be some freezing issues in the suburban areas far to the north and west of the district and any of the northern and western suburbs of Philadelphia. Now, 6 hours after this, precipitation is out of here. Let's jump ahead to that forecast map. And here it is for early evening. Low pressure develops off the coast, precipitation pulling out of the I-95 corridor for the most part. It'll remain mostly cloudy at the end of the afternoon, but temperatures will jump into the 40s after the initial cold start to the day this morning. That again can produce some icing over the next couple of hours. Now let's jump ahead to Thursday morning's forecast map, and then we'll look at 12-hour increments to Thursday evening and Friday morning. Once today's precipitation moves on out of here, the only issue that is of concern is possibility of some fog developing late tonight, early part of tomorrow, and that could make it so damp on some of the roadways that there can be some slick spots because temperatures will be at or below freezing. So watch out for possible slick spots early tomorrow morning as well. Then our attention turns to a cold front that will be crossing the middle part of the country on Thursday. Let's now jump ahead to Thursday evening. And here's the forecast map for Thursday evening. By that time, low pressure over the western Great Lakes has a strong cold front cutting through much of the Midwest. This can actually cause some strong thunderstorms, perhaps even some severe weather over the next 48 hours or so. That front will move into the I-95 corridor on Friday. In fact, let's now jump ahead to the Friday morning forecast map. And this is Friday morning. That front just at that time approaching the I-95 corridor. There will be a spike in temperatures. Notice this red line indicative of 10 degrees at 850 millibars, a spike in temperatures on Friday with temperatures jumping to the 50s in the I-95 corridor. Now, as this strong front moves through, there can be some brief downpours, maybe even a thunderstorm with some gusty winds. Any kind of a brief downpour can cause some localized flooding problems given the extensive snowpack and of course the clogged gutters and clogged drains. So that is of concern. So even though no snow over the next 2 or 3 days, there's some concern. Icing over the next couple of hours here in the Mid-Atlantic, suburban locations of Philadelphia and far north and west of D.C. Then some possible slick spots early tomorrow morning with some late night fog and dampness on the roadways. And then Friday, some brief downpours. Even though it'll be much milder, there'll be some concern because of the possibility of some localized flooding with those brief downpours and melting snow as that strong frontal system moves in. Gradually turning colder over the weekend, and next week definitely will be a cold week. That's it for now for the SIWeather.com. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.